Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to share a video with you that I have been planning and wanting to shoot for a while. You guys know I am completely obsessed with the style of the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. I just adore the way that people wanted to dress impeccably, how people made an effort. It wasn't just throwing things on, it was actual passion for fashion, and we've lost a lot of that, and I find that it's time to bring it back. So there is no time like the present or like a change of season to give a refresh to our wardrobes, and I think these little tricks are easy, effective, and most importantly, ultra chic. First little styling hack is to wear multiple strands of pearls underneath your neckline. This is so genius, and I have seen multiple iterations of this with many different necklines. I've seen this with V-necks, with kind of normal shirts, with blazers. I've seen it with sort of polo, kind of very classic styles. I find this such a genius way of wearing pearls in a more subdued, discreet way. I love pearls, don't get me wrong, I don't think we should be hiding them, but I find that sort of peekaboo effect so charming and creative, and again, intentional, which for someone who perhaps is a little bit afraid of looking over the top, maybe doesn't really have that proximity and that habit of wearing pearls, might find this a bit more doable and more approachable. You could actually pull this off with any multi-strand necklace that you have. It could be gold, it could be beaded, but I do think that with the pearls it has an added luxurious facet to it that is just divine. Second styling trick would be to wear a belt over your knitwear. This was probably the most popular styling trick from the 40s and the 50s, because on my Pinterest research for this video, it was the one that popped up the most, be it on ads, movies, editorials, magazine covers. Everybody was wearing this, and I do think it is kind of a reflection of the quality and the excitement of knitwear from that time. Due to technology and to new skills, the knits were just fabulous. So of course people wanted to highlight them, they wanted to wear them as much as they could, and adding a little belt seems to be the perfect finishing detail to do that. I've seen this done with cardigans, with sweaters, with dresses, with knit tops, with everything knit. And I have to say, it's a beautiful little trick that cinches you in. Really reminds me of one of the very strong trends from this season that I've actually mentioned in my trends you won't regret wearing. I'll link it here if you want to watch it. Any top that is a little bit longer, that hits around your hips, can be accentuated with the addition of a little thin belt. Even a medium belt will do. And if it's a knit, it will really give off that retro vibe that I find so graceful, so delicate, so feminine. And it's really easy to pull off. You just have to add the belt. If you like the way it looks, you go out. If you don't, just leave it. Bing, bang, boom. Third styling trick would be to wear a scarf to highlight your color. Just like with the pearls, I think that this is such an easy, kind of subdued yet effective way of truly looking styled and looking like you've made an effort and considered what you're putting on your body. Scarves to me are synonymous with grace, with poise, with elegance, but they're also much more accessible in terms of price than jewelry. So if you find that you cannot add a pearl necklace to your wardrobe, even though there are really good costume jewelry pearl necklaces out there, using a scarf to do the same job really does the trick. It's very much a testimony to how much people from that era really wanted to highlight the features of their outfit and their clothes. You could tie your scarf like a little cravat. You could sort of tie it under your crew neck to add a bit of color to your neckline. You could do a little bow that is coming through some type of v-neck or cowl neck or anything that is a bit more open. So it's a very interesting way of integrating a scarf to your look that seems creative, that seems intentional. And I do know that scarves are very popular right now, and the way to wear them right now is a bit more laid back, kind of relaxed, just thrown on. But if you invest a little bit of time into making it look a little bit more proper, a little bit more put together, I find that it adds a touch of grace and poise. Highlights your face, highlights the movement of your head. I do think it's a skill that you need to learn and find out what looks good on you, which ones are your favorite knots. But knowing how to integrate a neck scarf to your looks is one of my favorite styling hacks ever. Fourth one is not so much a styling trick as a movement. Bring back brooches. Where are the brooches? Why aren't we wearing brooches all of it? I could be wearing a brooch right now. I practice what I preach. Brooches are so underrated. They are forgotten in time, and it's one of the biggest injustices in human history. I'm being hyperbolic, okay? I know there are bigger problems out there, but I just find that they are magically such a solution to anything plain and boring. And I have to say, in the 50s, they just knew where to place them. It wasn't just something here. It might be on a collar, it might be on the detailing on something on your waist, could be over a fur coat, could be on a hat, on a lapel. It's just, brooches are so much fun. They're glamorous. They're also kind of out of the box because since nobody wears them, whenever someone is wearing them, it's kind of a big fashion statement and looks very interesting. You can express yourself with different designs. You can choose a motif that sort of speaks to the outfit. We need to bring back brooches. And last but not least would be to match the color of your accessories to something else on your look. It might seem obvious, but it's something I haven't done in a while, and I find matching has become a little bit of a faux pas in fashion for the last few decades, which is a real shame because I love that contrasting and the different points of the same color in a look. It looks cohesive, it looks coordinated. You can play around with color, you can play around with pattern. I think we should bring this back. I do understand that it's hard because we don't have a multitude of colors in terms of accessories in our wardrobes. It's not something that is very easy to pull off if you don't have the right shade or the right pattern that matches. But you could do this just once in a while for fun. I mean, if we look at this example, for instance, how stunning does this woman look? She has a striped white and green sort of blazer paired with a Kelly green pencil skirt, and then to sort of coordinate everything, she has a green bag, a green beret, and green gloves. Stunning, just stunning. You can see that every piece has been picked for a reason, and this might sound undoable in a way because of the colors. Kelly green was really big back then, but imagine if this was a navy, so a striped navy blazer with a navy pencil skirt and a navy beret. That is totally available and doable for our time. Same thing here with the, and this is a great example for the knit with the belt as well, but we're talking about a coat coat, sort of a knit coat that has yellow and some trimming in gray. So to really showcase the gray, she added a gray hat and a gray skirt and a gray umbrella. It's not really that hard. For instance, this dress has brown buttons, so she just went for brown belt, brown gloves, brown hat. If you're not into the glove and hat thing, you could add a brown scarf, you could add a brown bag. It's just about creating those points of coordination in terms of color palette that makes things look cohesive, that makes everything look intentional. Intentional is the word for this video because I do see the value of looking improvised, looking relaxed, or not looking like you put too much effort into dressing up. But I'm kind of tired of that. I want to look like a princess, a 1950s Hollywood star, and there is no better way to do that than by coordinating your colors. Start small, start with colors that you already have in your wardrobe, perhaps with contrasting neutrals. Maybe try one look or two to see if you can, find a solution. But just to get out of that relaxed and laid back thing that we have been doing for so long right now. I know there is a chic side to the not trying too hard look, but at the same time, I feel like we have been losing a bit of that critical eye and that desire to construct a look head to toe. I think we can have a bit more of that, especially for fall winter when we have so many pieces, we have layering, so there is an opportunity to sort of pull off this little trick. This is it, everyone. These are the 5 retro styling tricks that I will be totally copying this fall winter. Maybe the belt over the knitwear won't be possible because of my bump, which a few of you asked me to see it, so here it goes. Here it is. We are at the end of 7 months. Is that what this is? I don't remember. My husband keeps track of these things because he's a sweet angel. So a belt would not fit, but all of the other ones I do think that I can pull off immediately. So as soon as it gets a little chillier outside, I'll be trying to implement them into my wardrobe. Let me know down in the comments if you have any retro styling tricks. A lot of you have been sort of leaving me, whenever I talk about more vintage retro style, you talk about things that your mothers and your grandmothers used to wear. I love those stars, so if you have anything to share like that, please leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see each other again next time. Bye bye.